Autotune is a deceptively easy program to get, and pretty much every modern DAW or recording software has a version of Autotune that's pretty accurate to what you're hearing on major record labels' songs. So when you hear these Autotune artists, the Travis Scotts of the world, people like that, the Autotune portion of the recording and mixing is actually pretty straightforward. So really all it takes is getting it into your program and then really getting a strong knowledge of the echo, the reverb, the delay, all the things we covered with Lucid over the course of this week. Now, if you use a program like FL Studio 20, they have a auto-tune option called Pitcher. That's a really easy way to learn your way around an auto-tune. One advantage of using the FL Studio free trial that I'll give you training to how to get that and sort of learning your way around it. One advantage of that is that you can learn how to use an auto-tune system totally for free. High quality on FL Studio. You can just follow the bonus training, and then you can convert those skills to any other Autotune. So that when you get your high quality version or your final version of a DAW, whether that's like Pro Tools or something, you already know your way around Autotune, all right? So the main one that I've always heard with the multi-platinum producers that I've worked with is Evo Autotune, EVO Autotune, or you can use the Waves plugin bundle that everybody suggests high in the industry. That's what Travis Scott uses, and that comes with an auto-tune. But as I mentioned, the real trick is it's all built on the same program. So even if you learn your way around auto-tune on the FL Studio trial with Pitcher, it has pretty much the same, sensitivity, key, all that kind of stuff. It has the same setup in Evo Autotune. All right, so just finding a way to learn your way around how to change your notes, your key, your sensitivity, all that stuff will serve you well across any different type of Autotune. And really the biggest thing with Autotune, honestly, is just making sure that you're in the right key, right? You're in the right key that your notes are. So if your song is in B major, you just need to know, okay, set my Autotune to B major, and then you can add in all your other fun stuff. If you just do that, a lot of times the Autotune sounds pretty good. I suggest a website like Audio Key Chain Audio. Key is in, I got the keys, and then chain like chain.com, but we'll cover that more in the bonus training. So if you're super interested in Autotune, just be sure to watch that. Mastering, all right, now mastering is one of the most misused phrases in all of up and coming rap, all right? I see so many amateur artists or beginning artists who say, I mix and master my own songs. My songs are all mixed and mastered. And what I've noticed a lot of times, these are just artists that are saying, mixed and mastered in order to make it sound like they're professional and they know what they're doing, rather than understanding they are two different things. Now, I'm no engineering expert. I'm not saying I know the ins and outs of exactly how to master everything, but as far as I know, my experience level, mastering is basically a system by which you take an already mixed song, already engineered song, and you turn up the levels so that it's as loud as possible so that it sounds really good in your ears. So if you notice, the difference between, again, a Travis Scott level song, a Big Sean level song, whoever you have, and an amateur song when you listen to it in Apple Music or Spotify, one of the main differences you notice is it's just louder in your ears, right? It feels more like it's the music surrounding you. And that has a lot to do with mastering. Even when we did our album, as well as it was mixed with multi-platinum engineers and producers, the mixed version without mastering was a lot quieter than the mastered version because you're literally just bringing up those levels. Now it gets a little bit more complex when you're dealing with live instrumentation, because ideally in a mastering situation, you want to bring the levels up for each instrument in the live performance. Even with your final version of big rap albums, they want to have the tracked out beats, as they say, so that each drum can be mastered and the levels can be brought up. But if you're just a beginner to intermediate artist or just somebody that's kind of self-financing your career right now, just using a mastering service as opposed to just saying your music's mixed and mastered or kind of trying to do it yourself with the little tutorials. Using a relatively affordable mastering service can do wonders for the track that you're trying to get out there. Now, my highest level of experience is with AfterMaster, which is a program for mastering through the TuneCore system. Now, the version we did have a live person, like an actual person messing with it, and it's like, it wasn't exactly cheap, but it wasn't as expensive as a lot of other things. I cannot remember the price. I'll definitely have to research it for you guys. But if you can't afford, $100 to $500 a track for a live person, even a program like AfterMaster has an under $100 option per track to get it computerized, mastered, and brought up the levels just based on the file you have. There are also even cheaper systems like eMastered.com, you might have heard of that, or LANDR, LANDR with no E. Those are totally fine right now if you're a beginning to intermediate artist and you do need that mastering to make the levels high and make it sound loud enough for whenever you put it on the Spotifys of the world. But don't over stress it until you're really like a record label level that we're talking about, but definitely invest in mastering and don't just take the whole like, oh, I'm doing it myself, where I watched a couple videos. These e-mastering programs are at least good enough right now to get that mixtape up, especially if it's well mixed, right? I'd much rather have a well mixed track with just an automated computer mastering than like spend a bunch of money on mastering and then it's not well mixed, because then it's just gonna be loud with no real good sound. All right, with the final part of this week, I wanna just quickly discuss how to make sure that other people will enjoy your song, assuming you've gone through the mixing, the mastering, and you're about to release the track or the album or whatever. Now, first thing, obviously, you want to listen to it in different formats, in different settings. So kind of goes without saying, listen to it with your headphones, listen to it with speakers, listen to it car, house, whatever. Like, I don't even want to get into that because that's obvious. More important, you have to play it for somebody, play it for multiple people. Best place to start is a friend or a significant other who supports your career. Now, if you don't have anybody who supports your dream for music yet, that's usually a sign that your music just isn't good enough, frankly, all right? There's no such thing as being a good musician and people don't want to help make your music go viral or get big, all right? Like, otherwise, you're not good, all right? That's like the first test is, I play a song for somebody and they're like, oh, this is gonna be big. I either wanna work for this person because I think this is a money-making opportunity, or I think this song should be heard by the masses, all right? So if you're not at that point, then I'm gonna suggest you focus, as much as you're focusing on this portion of the course, focus on the bonuses, the songwriting tutorial, the flow tutorial, like watch that stuff, in addition to all the free content that How to Rap has, of course, on the YouTube channel, which is mostly about improving your music, as opposed to this program specifically, which is about building a career. Watch all the content that we have that relates directly to how to improve your music and get it to a point that people want to help you. Again, if people aren't going out of their way to help you, then it's a sign it's just not good enough, all right? There's no such thing, there's no such thing as the best basketball player in the country who isn't getting scouted by teams, right? So there's no such thing as a great musician or great music that doesn't have people trying to have other people hear it or make money off of it. All right, and so the two tests, assuming that you're playing it for people and the people that support your music, once you've gotten that done, first thing is, and this sounds crazy, but it totally works, is when you play the song for the person, and definitely you want to play it for them in person, like with them in the same physical space as you, so you can, do what we're about to say, put the song on, and within the first 30 seconds, to be honest with you, you are gonna know whether it's the one, all right? I've done this a million times, and what I've started to notice over the years is I can physically feel as the music is playing, especially when it gets to about the chorus, physically, without even looking at the person next to me, is it the one? Is it a hit? For whatever reason, I can just hear how it's mixed. It's almost some spiritual God stuff, right? And I'm just like, if I feel that, oh, I want to turn this off, this is so cringe, usually it's not the one. Your body is already telling you it's not tight. Or if I feel, yeah, this is actually kind of dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know they can't hate on this one. If your brain or your body is feeling that way, usually it's a good sign. So first test is check your body, check how you feel. Second thing is just kind of be aware of how they're reacting. And the big trick here kind of relates to what I just said is, do they say, yo, oh my God, like, we gotta, yo, I know this one person who would love this song, or we can get this done in this club, or do they give you ideas about how to promote it and push it farther? Or do they just say something like, yo, keep going, yo, that's what's up, or nice job? If they just say something supportive with no other ideas of how to push it further, it's usually a sign that it's not the one. Let's be honest, people are gonna probably knock your face, say, yo, this trash, you know what I'm saying? What they're gonna do is say, you know, thumbs up, dog, and then nothing else. All right, that's the big test. Do they try to make this song or your music or your career bigger after hearing your track? If they do something proactive, it's a good sign. If you feel good in your body and they try to push it farther, it's usually an amazing sign that you're on your way. If they just say, yeah, that's dope, I heard it, anything like that, usually, again, that's a sign that it's not where it is, all right? And that's take-home message with this section is, look, when you hot, people want to be hot with you. People want to get on your coattails. If the song's hot, they want to be hot with the song, whatever, right? If people are not going out of their way to help the music, certainly a stranger, a fan, is not going to go out of their way to spend money, all right? That's the main message I want you to get.